Hey everybody, it is Kellen Nitro for Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, and this is my take on New Japan's 2019 Dominion card. It happened on June 9th, 2019 from the Osaka Joe Hall in Osaka, Japan, and this is their big summer card. It's kind of their equivalent of SummerSlam, if Wrestle Kingdom is their big WrestleMania card in January. The Dominion card, in my opinion, and in a few other people's opinions as well, is the SummerSlam equivalent for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So a pretty big card, and a lot of huge things happened on this card. Opening contest, we had the brand new IWGP US Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley take on Young Lion Shota Umino, and the match went as you'd probably expect it to go. Moxley squashed Umino in about 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Afterwards, Moxley grabs the mic and declares himself for the G1 tournament coming up over the summer, to crown the new number one contender for Wrestle Kingdom next year, which is a 2-day event, January 4th and 5th at the Tokyo Dome. He also decided to kidnap a young lion as well and take Shota Umino. In a backstage interview afterwards, Moxley said, "This is my buddy. I'm going to need some buddies here." He's making friends, I guess, as only Jon Moxley can. This was great, though, because it's pretty much cemented the fact that, hey, the IWGP US champion is in the G1. It's a big deal. He's got a lot of time before that AEW TV contract starts in October, so why not keep him busy and have him go to New Japan and have a multi-month reign as US champion and, going forward into the G1 and that stuff. It's a great addition. Special challenge match, LIJ's Shingo Takagi taking on New Japan and All Japan Pro Wrestling legend Satoshi Kojima, the Breadman. And this was a great match. This would have been the proper opening match of the card, but they had to go through the whole Moxley thing first to kind of open the show with a bang, and I loved how they opened it like that. Great match, back and forth. Kojima hasn't won a singles match since December of 2017, it sounds like, in New Japan. So I predict by the end of this year, especially if he's in the G1, I think Kojima will win a singles match for sure. I think that's the storyline that they got going forward with him, is can the old former ace of both All Japan and New Japan still get it done in the ring with the young, current crop of superstars. So I love this story that's going on. It didn't happen on this night. Takagi got the win, but going forward, I think seeing a lot of more Kojima is a good thing. And Shingo declaring himself for the G1 right after. Good on him. Another addition. So at this point in the card, we have 2 people declared for the G1 tournament. Tag team match, Jushin Thunder Liger and Yoshihashi defeating the Suzuki-gun team of Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki. This again just to solidify the impending match, which I'm thinking may happen at Wrestle Kingdom in January for Liger's last match. It might be one-on-one with Suzuki. We'll see what happens. They're just building up that feud and still putting fuel to the fire, and I think during this summer it'll be a long hot summer in Japan for sure. And I think that the crowd and the people that are fans of both Liger and Suzuki are just moistening at the mouth to see them meet one more time on this big stage in this version of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So looking forward to see what happens off the end of that. 6-man tag up next. Taguchi Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Ryusuke Taguchi taking on Jay White, Chase Owens, and Taji Ishimori of the Bullet Club. Kevin Kelly, Don Callis. Welcome back, Don Callis, first of all, to the commentary booth for New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're talking throughout the match and that stuff about the big storyline developments at the finals of the Best of Super Juniors between Ishimori, Robbie Eagles, and El Phantasmo. Just kind of building that up during this 6-man, and then of course you still have Tanahashi and Jay White with their ongoing issue, which might be taking a little bit of a back burner as we talk about it as the card kind of culminates with the main event and that stuff with this card. But very passable 10-minute 6-man tag. They're the type of matches that New Japan does well. Check it out. Never Openweight title. This was one of the matchups that I was looking forward to see on this card. Tomohiro Ishii taking on Taichi for the Never Openweight title, and Ishii finally regains the Never Openweight title over Taichi. And this was a hard-hitting 11-minute and 16-second match. incredible action from bell to bell. You know, a great mix of comedy in this match, a great mix of drama. You actually thought that at certain points in this match that Taichi could actually beat Ishii and walk out with the belt yet again on this deal. But Ishii just coming out on top, just fighting through with that strong style. Again, you know, just being through. Man is just... It's like watching one of the Steiner brothers in their prime in the 90s. That's Ishii right now. He's just a hard-hitting dude. Probably Rick Steiner more than Scott, more than anything else. But, yeah, the man is just an amazing wrestler to watch. He's one of my favorites right now. Match number 6 was for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. You had the Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa taking on Evil and Sonata. And this was the tag match that was set at the conclusion of War of the Worlds on the Ring of Honor card in Chicago, where Evil and Sonata stated, "Hey, Guerrillas of Destiny, we're coming after your belts." You know, they attempted to go after the Ring of Honor title and was unsuccessful. So now they were going after the IWGP belts that the Guerrillas walked out of Madison Square Garden with. And this was it. This was the clash between LIJ and the Bullet Club. Again, a classic faction rivalry. And this match delivered on all levels. A solid 16 minutes and 38 seconds for ring time and run time. And walking out with the belts was Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Once again, your IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Champions. The Guerrillas of Destiny, again, are your tag champs. Now, the Best of the Super Juniors culminated days before, but the real reward of the Best of the Super Juniors is a chance at Dominion at the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. And this was one of the free main events on the card, advertised as a triple main event card. Match number 7 on the card, Will Ospreay, the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors 26, cashes in his trophy and his shot to take on Dragon Lee, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. This was an incredible match from bell to bell. It may be up there as one of the top 10 matches of the year, voted on by insiders and hardcore fans and, you know, the like at the end of the year. Just a solid 20-minute affair. Great story being told throughout between two guys that are actually best friends out of the ring. They talk, they hang out, but they put it aside for 20 minutes to put on a amazing, stellar junior heavyweight performance and match. Will Ospreay, regaining the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, immediately rolls out of the ring and says that Southern Showdown, the big event in Australia for New Japan Pro Wrestling coming up at the end of the month, he's challenging Robbie Eagles of the Bullet Club one-on-one. Now, does that lead to even more dissension between ELP and Eagles? Probably. Did Eagles beat Ospreay during the tournament? Yes, he did. So, ergo, I think that's the qualifying factor right there, is that Eagles has defeated Ospreay before, whereas I believe Ospreay beat ELP in their match. So, if that's the case, that's the case. Does this mean we see a defection from Bullet Club to Chaos with Robbie Eagles upcoming? A lot of people online are hinting towards that. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, it's going to be a phenomenal match and definitely one of the main event matches in Australia for sure. IWGP Intercontinental title up next. And once again, Tetsuya Naito, the challenger, Kota Ibushi, the champion. They're going one-on-one for the IWGP title. Match itself runs about 22 minutes or so. It's a must-see. Great match, great action. Out of the matches they've had this year, I still prefer the one at MSG that they had as my favorite, just because I think in front of the North American crowd, I think both their styles play better in front of the North American crowd than it does maybe even even with a home country crowd, if that's even possible. But everybody's talking about the bump and the suplex on the outside of the apron, and you've seen gifs of it and gifs of it online, and maybe even a clip of it on YouTube. It's a very cringeworthy bump. To explain it, it's a belly-to-back suplex on the apron where Naito is in control and throws Ibushi and Ibushi's head. Looks like that he's trying to... I just want to say that he's trying to not even land on the apron. It's almost as if he's trying to, extend the fall to the floor, but his head and neck gets caught on the ring apron and kind of with a Buff Bagwell-esque neck contusion movement, just kind of like that, when on the way down. Again, watch the match. You'll see what I mean when you take a look at it. The apron spots and everything like that, I can do without them as a fan. I think that it's not needed at all. I think that if you keep the action inside the ring, that's great. If you want to do some hardcore stuff outside the ring, that's fine. There's no reason why that move couldn't have been done outside of the ring on mats. I'd get rid of the ring apron spots for a while. It's just one of these things that's developed over the last 4 or 5 years as more of the independent wrestling style is taking over the major promotions. Don't do apron spots, folks. That is just... I can do without them. That can go. That's one aspect of wrestling I think and feel that can go. Just don't do it. Then, of course, with the end result, Naito beating Ibushi, and Naito once again is the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. This was again a 22-minute affair. Get a chance to watch it. Post your comments below. Let me know what you think of that match in particular, because I want to see if there's more people that are thinking along my wavelength of, hey, the match at MSG actually played out really well and it's the best match they've had this year, or no, this was it, or maybe the one that they had earlier in the year in April. Let me know. Rainmaker versus Painmaker in your main event, as Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, defended against Chris Jericho, and the rumors were going hot and heavy. Would Jericho win the IWGP Heavyweight belt here, and then later on in the summer defeat Adam Page for the AEW belt and become a double champion with 2 companies? Or would Jericho just be bringing the IWGP belt to AEW, maybe announcing a partnership between the two? I guess we're going to have to wait for that, because Okada beat Jericho just in the ring. 25 minutes. It was pretty cool. It was kind of a clash of styles right now, because in Jericho's prime, I don't think there'd be any doubt that he could hang with Okada and Okada's style. No problem. Jericho now being a little bit older and has incorporated more brawling and more hardcore technique in his repertoire, kind of made it a real clash of styles. Anyways, I think that the clash of styles really helped build this match. It was an incredible story being told from bell to bell. I thought that both guys really gave it their all in this performance, and it built to something bigger, where we found out at the end of the match, after Okada got the pin on Jericho, Jericho attacks Okada, nails Okada with the Judas effect elbow, then runs out to the outside, and it looks like he's going to perhaps end Okada's wrestling career by powerbomb through the table or some other devious move. And over the announced position comes Hiroshi Tanahashi now, and so now we got the build between Tanahashi and Jericho, perhaps in a one-on-one match, or maybe even a tag match later on with Okada and Jericho and a partner of Jericho's choosing, with Tanahashi on Okada's side, which is like, that's weird. That is like John Cena and Randy Orton. You don't see those two guys tagging together at all. It's just like a lifetime rivalry, right? Awesome stuff. Great card from top to bottom. I'm going to give this card a 9 out of 10. I think that it was one of the better cards of the year from top to bottom, and I enjoyed myself immensely watching this live with everybody on NJPWWorld.com. It was an amazing night, and thank you very much for your comments if you interacted with me on Twitter, and all the comments that you leave below for all this. That's it. That's all I got for now. So, later days, happy wrestling watching. Check out the Etsy. The link is down below. You can buy some Drag Files merch for my other channel. We're going to be working on getting some Wrestling Unlimited stuff up there in not short order, but as the months go by and that stuff. I'm still developing some ideas and such. But like I said, later days, happy wrestling watching. See ya.